Welcome back to a very basic space program. Last episode was quite a long one, wasn't it? We've got a few things to do in this one. The first thing is we've got Mars Pathfinder going to Phobos. We've got Discovery 10 going past Ganymede. I've got to actually get the missions for both of those, make sure they can actually do the missions that they're supposed to be doing. We do have this Venus window coming in, and we have a vessel ready to go, but we have a slight problem. I'm gonna have to have a look at these because, well, we found out in the last episode that the Pathfinder program may have a slight glitch in it. So yeah, that's going to be a fixy thing. And we also have a Neptune window coming up, but that's not for ages. I don't think we've got anything else we need to deal with. I don't think so. So let's get some fixing going on and maybe spend some money or something. So please join me. Right, so first of all, we have some upgrade points to spend, and I'm trying to decide where to put them, because we have got 300 tech. We're getting decent science now, and we're going to continue to get some reasonable science for the near future. I want to get these going, but I also want to continue to get the VAB going up. So I think we're going to put a couple in there, and then we'll put a couple in R&D as well. It's not the best ratio. 1-to-1 is not the best ratio, but you know, whatever. I've got some funds. I'm actually going to spend $1 million here just to get that done. So that's going to take a little time. It's going to take... oh, I'm already doing it, am I? I've already done it. We're 2 hours. 2 hours until it's finished. Oh, that'll be finished soon. So that will actually... I forgot that I'd done that. So that will actually allow us to spend a bit of funding money in different places. Primarily, I'm looking down here, I think. We're looking at more science. It'd be quite nice. We could send some more science. Got... deep space communications would give us nice antenna, which would give us nice communications, and then I would possibly use something like those or something else for a communication system around Earth, because we do need to do that geostationary comms system at some point. That's going to have to happen. Maybe we'll put a couple of episodes in, or maybe a second episode of a week in that. We might do that this week. I don't know. Once we get ahead of ourselves on our build rate, which we're starting to get ahead of, we'll start looking at that. We also really want to start pushing with stations and things like that. We just want to push with everything. I'm not sure which way the program is actually going to go at the moment. We also want to try and put a couple of moon landers down, and maybe a sample return will be quite nice. But we've got science to burn and at the moment, and you know, time to do it. So first things first, I think we're going to have a look at. We'll have a look at Venus Pathfinder 2. It's being built. See if it needs any changes made. If it does, we'll make the changes, save it, and then we're going to have to wheel back Venus 1, which I don't want to have to do. But let's do that, and then we can modify Mars 2 Pathfinder. We may even make a Mars 3 Pathfinder, make that ready, I think, because that Mars window we want to do some stuff with. We'll definitely send some Pathfinders. We may want to send a comms relay type system around Mars even. That might be an idea if we're going to go for landing, if we're going to do anything else like that. Possibly the same with Venus, but we'll think about that. So let's go and have a look at Venus 2 and see if it's going to mean rebuilding everything. Right, so here we are with Pathfinder Venus. Let's have a look in. This is an actual edit. This isn't me just bringing the craft up again. So, can I do that thing? Can I do is this the version that has that? Can I have where the things with fairings open? Yeah, look at that. See, I do remember. Right, so let's have a look. We've got this lander here, and I can't remember what it does. Yeah, it's probably going to be okay, I'm guessing. But it's this bit that's important, isn't it? Where is it? There we are, the avionics. What mass is it? Yeah, that's the problem. There we go, controllable mass. I wonder when we switch to mature avionics whether it's changed it. Yeah, this is going to throw it a spanner in the works quite significantly, I think. So that's going to be a capture thing. Where's the actual avionics for that? We're gonna have a look around. So let's have a look in here maybe. This has 5.48 tons. Okay. So if I just take that off, what is the mass of this now? 5.4. Right. So without that, right, 5.2. Right. And then if I take this off, this is going to be, I'm going to get a pen out because I'm actually going to write this down. So this has a mass of a 0.84. If I want to take that to, let's see, 0.9 Well, 0.9 tons, and we'll leave that as it is. We don't need any extra volume. We're going to apply that. Oh my, that changes everything, doesn't it? Yep. That looks a lot different. I actually really don't like that. Right, so what have we learned? We have learned that, yeah, this is different. What has that actually done for us? What if I take that down to 0 again and apply that? All right, so this has gone from 3,000 meters per second to 0.9, say. Let's 0 that. Let's put 500 units. In fact, we don't even need 500 units. It's a comms system, isn't it? This has got very little in the way of science stuff, so we'll actually put 200 on it. Yeah, 200 on it. So that was on 3,000. We apply that, it goes to 2.8. So we'll lose a little bit. What's its mass up to? Yeah, it's gone up a little bit. That's not terrible. So then that goes on there. We're gonna take this off. Does this have control? 0.5. Now, if I remember rightly, the plan is this puts the whole thing into orbit-ish. Then this decouples here, and this goes into orbit closely and does what it needs to do. It does comms and things like that, which means I do believe it's got a short-range comm on it, has it? Where are we? Antenna. It does have an antenna, and it does have... Oh, can I do that? That makes it heavier. That's interesting. Anyway, I don't want to play around too much with it. So that's that. I think we may have to reshape that because it looks a bit silly. In fact, it looks very silly. I think we're going to have to just fiddle with it a little bit, which is going to be annoying because we've actually tooled it. What to do with this? I think we have to make the top a bit wider, don't we? So if we make that, let's have a top dimensions. The outer, we're going to have to make that up to like there. Oh no, that's the inner. That's right. So I want the outer to go a little bit more, to about 5. And then the outer down here to be about 5 as well. Okay, and then we're going to change this to 0. Whatever that was. What's our mass? I think it was 0.9. I was looking at, yeah, 0.9. So control mass 9. We're going to change this to 150. Change that to 0 and apply that. That looks a bit better. That looks a little bit better. It's still not pretty. I'm going to allow myself it. Right. So that's that. That's what we're going to have to do with that. And then the mass of this now, is this going to be controllable? Let's pull this off. So the controllable mass on this is 5.48. So 5.48, are you controllable? Yeah, you are. So the whole thing is still got decent controllability. That should be capturable. That should be able to do whatever it wants in the system. It could probably do flybys, possibly stuff like that. So there's a lot going on with this system. I think we might even end up putting this onto suborbit before we decouple that. I don't know. Right, so we just need to remember these dimensions. We'll make the changes to another version. So it's going to be, oh, no. You're doing that again, aren't you? Apply that, 0 that. Put that there, apply. No. Oh, it does this occasionally, and it's quite annoying. There, and we're going to 0 there as well. No, it doesn't want it. So it's going to have to be 9.1. Right. That's okay. I think that's saved in there, is it? So let's have a look. Where's my controllable mass thing for avionics? Where have we gone? We're down here somewhere, up here. There we are. Avionics mass, controllable mass. Where is it? Doesn't say. Oh, there it is. 0.91. Okay. Right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload this one, sort it out so we actually change these dimensions to the correct ones again. And then I'll go into Venus 1, we'll do the same, we'll have to wheel it back. And we'll do the same with Mars 2 as well, and then we'll save it as the new Pathfinder structure. Yeah, that's really annoying. We're going to have to do some tooling as well, which is not a killer, but we'll get that done. So I will see you once all of that is done. All right, I've made the changes to my Pathfinder Venus 2. I've also made basically the identical change to Pathfinder Mars 2, and we've created Pathfinder Mars 3 just as another backup. I'm actually going to create, you know what, we're going to duplicate that. We're going to put it at the very bottom, and I'm going to rename it. We're going to have a Venus 3 as well. It will probably never get built. The Pathfinder Venus 1 is going to take 5 days to wheel back, which means I'm going to do that off camera, but we're going to have the Pathfinder Mars relay arriving in 4 days. What I am going to do is we're going to accept some missions. We're going to accept some things. So we're going to accept the Phobos flyby. You've got to be within 45 kilometers. I'm sure we can get within 45 kilometers. We're also going to have the Ganymede flyby. We're going to do that. Right, let's go look at a craft. Right, so here we are with our spinning Mars 1 relay Phobos craft thing. We have now got that mission to Phobos. So let's actually have a look. Phobos flyby, we've got to be within 25 kilometers. So let's have a look. Where are we actually going to? Well, first of all, let's find Phobos. So I'm going to focus view there. How close are we going to get to you? Yes, we are going to be within 25. Okay. So do I need to do anything else? I don't even need to transmit science, do I? Now, how much does it, and I probably looked at this in the previous episode, how much is it going to cost us to capture? If I was to capture, how much would I need? We have, hello, did I just, that's not as much as I thought. I wonder if we could capture. Oh, wow, what is that? Is that because we're jumping? Wow, so we're basically multiply, wow, that's really interesting. So I don't know if I'm gonna bring it up onto this screen. I don't know if the YouTube compression will enjoy this, but what we've actually got is, if you can see, we have a maneuver here, which would then mean we'd come around and then just jump out of the sphere of influence. Then we jump back into the sphere of influence here, come around again. Then we jump out of the sphere of influence. Then we come back into the sphere of influence again there. I think, is that right? Yeah. So we'd have this whole weird multiple orbit thing. That's really cool. Right. When are those times on that? Are they close to each other? 17 hours a day, 9 hours, 1 day. Okay, so you've got 9 hours, 17 hours, and then a day and 50 minutes. So basically, it's just going to be in a resonance, I'd imagine. If we look out here, there should be an orbital track. Yeah, you can actually see we'd have all sorts of interesting, like, resonances setting up, wouldn't we? That's cool. So that'll be an interesting one to actually go for. We're not going to be that accurate though, because this thing is probably not going to be too good at that. Right. So next thing, what we doing? I think we're just going to time warp ahead now to the next node, which is in a few hours. So we can warp forward towards that and to the sphere of influence. What I want to do though, actually, while I'm thinking, ooh, have I gone too quick? Electric. We are using electric up. Get me back to the craft. Can we turn stuff off? That is running. That's right. Right. So what I want to do is, when I come in here, thank you. I'm actually going to look at this. Where are we? Here we are. I want to turn off data transmission because we don't need to transmit at the moment, and that's going to save us a little bit of electricity. I'm also going to turn off that, and that. Is that going to save us more electricity? Right, we're now gaining electricity. Primarily because we're going to be back in the sphere of influence of Mars with the craft. So that's not a massive, that's only going to be, 40 science or so that we're going to miss out on. We're not actually going to get it much. We've got 3 hours. And these things take a significant amount of time. So I'm not massively worried about that. We've not got much science from this yet, actually. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. That should allow our electricity to build up in case we actually miss the sphere of influence. Is actually what I've got in my mind. If we can't capture, again, you can see this roll is going to take us hopefully over that node, and we're very lucky about that. If the roll was at right angles to that, we would not be able to do what we're about to do. So this could be an interesting one. That's a lovely view, that, isn't it? I mean, that is beautiful. Apart from the fact that your craft's floating around in the middle of space completely uncontrollably. I don't think NASA would try this. Let me just put that out there. You may disagree with me, but I don't think NASA would try that. Right, where are we? Are we getting close now? We're coming in. It should start slowing me down soon. Yeah, there we go. We're getting a slow down time. Where's that? There it is. It's there. So it's in 15 minutes. Okay, so the alarm's going to go off now. This is the sphere of influence change. Okay, but it's not actually going to happen until then. We've got 15 minutes. Okay, so we're going to move this forward bit by bit. We've got a maneuver very soon after that as well. So this is going to be a very short visit, potentially. What's the time difference? 15 minutes. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes once we get in there. And how quickly is it? The burn's going to be interesting. Right. Our electric charge is now up at max, which is good. We're getting closer. We've got about, what, 10 minutes? Okay, I'm going to warp to there. Right, there we go. We'll control the warp there. Right. So we need to be aware of what's going on here. I would love it if I could actually slow down the roll of the craft. Actually slow down time. I should have had a mod that would allow me to do that. It would be much better. Now, that's another question. We're going to lose signal. We might have a problem with signal. Let's have a think. We're going to come across behind. Oh, we might actually be losing signal. That would potentially be a problem. We'll have a look. We can still capture. We could still capture. It's just going to be more annoying if I then have to try and do other stuff. Right, we're about 3 minutes out, so we're going to just speed up a bit more. I think this episode is just going to be flybys. I think it's going to be this and then the Ganymede one, and then we'll do some launches and stuff in the next episode. I'm aware that the last episode that we actually did was about almost an hour. Maneuver node is going to be in 3 minutes. Okay. Wow, that's 3 minutes. Got 40 seconds to that, and then 3 minutes to the maneuver node. Maneuver node isn't really that cool for me. Right, we're going to slow this down. We're going to get over here in case we fly through. We're going to turn all these on. There we go. We're now in the sphere of influence and contract completed. Oh, we've got a flyby. Oh, because you have to be so close to it to actually get it. Okay. Right. When do we start this? When do we start this attempt at capture? It's going to have to be... that's cool. I mean, that is very, very cool. I do like that. Slight problem that we're actually going to fly straight out of the sphere of influence if I'm not careful. So, start the burn. It says start the burn in 1 minute and 15. It's assuming I can control the craft. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, I think, at best. Right. Wonder if we could. Can we do? We can do. It's going to have to be engine on, engine off, and I can't remember how long these engines take to warm. Like how to fire up. I'm just glad that they're actually pressure fed and they're not ullaged, because this would just not be doable. Well, actually, the way it's rolling, I suppose it would be ullaging itself potentially. Right, let's give it a go for. There we go. Fire that off. Did it do anything? It's doing something. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Getting better. Good. Better. Just gotta be careful I don't hit the surface. Right. This is a massive waste of fuel, by the way. I'm actually using the majority of my fuel to not actually capture. Right, okay. Okay. A little bit more. Come on, keep going, keep going. Keep going. This is definitely not what NASA would do. Definitely not what NASA would do. Okay. We are actually ahead of the burn time occasionally, which is quite funny, but also quite demoralizing at the same time. There. I did that wrong. And that. And that. And that. And that. And that. And that. 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 We're going to get it. We're going to get it. I know we can do this. I know I can do this. I've got to believe, haven't we? I don't know how much longer we've got. Did that wrong. Right. I don't know how much longer we've got until I'm actually out of the sphere of influence. Yeah, there's something off center here because whenever I'm applying thrust, the spin is increasing. So that's going to be. Yeah, there is something off center of mass here because my thrust is actually increasing the roll badly. All right. Oh, come on, come on. Let's think about this. Get this right. Come on. Oh, no, too much. I'm out of sync now. Come on. Come on. 100. Getting into orbit would be quite impressive. But I don't think we're going to do it. Don't think we've got it. Don't think I've got it. I'm just going against it now, aren't I? Come on. 70. 71. 69. Oh, we've got to freeze up. How long until I'm out of the sphere of influence? That's the concern. 50. Or 56. 50. Come on. 47. We're rolling out. We're rolling out. This is not good. Right, show me how much more have I got. Right, close that. Right, which way am I going? Oh, I'm that way, aren't I? Right, so I need to do this. We just need to pull this as much as possible. Right, there we go. Right. We're going to do it on this screen now. Okay. Ah. Whoopsies. Close it. Right, if I'm doing it from here, I think I've just ruined it. Yeah, okay. Get that. Right. Stop it. Just stop with the alarms. Right. Come back a bit. Yeah, no, that's it. That's the one I want. Just there. No, start again. Here, add alarm. Do that. How much more do I need? It's about to go there. Right, I need 39. Okay. Okay, we can do this. It's going to be slow going. That's not working. We're off at right angles now. Damn it. Right, let's think. What's the alternative to a bit of that? What am I flying over? I'm flying over my radial in, radial out. I could do radial in. How much does that give me? That does nothing for me, but it pulls me back this way. Right, there's that. I could go this way. Is that gonna do anything? That's not gonna do anything. What about this way? That's not gonna do anything for me either. I think I have to, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. I think I have to go radial in to get my periaps back. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. Right. Okay. And we're going to basically change it, so we're going to be going polar when we're finished. Okay. There we go. Right. I now have a periaps again. Okay. So, oof, this is terrible. We've got so much fuel on this craft, though. I've really overdone it. I apologize for the lack of commentary while I'm doing this. It's just trying to time all of that is an absolute nightmare. Right, there we go. So 41. And I'm still not going to be near it, am I? What if I put a little bit of this on? Is that going to help? No, that's not going to help. That's not going to help. Whoa, that's an interesting maneuver completely. Let's try that again. Right, do that, add maneuver. We're going to actually end up just basically skimming around the surface, aren't we? We're gonna over time we're just gonna sideswipe this thing. And to be fair, every bit I do right now is actually helping, because what we're actually doing is we're getting data, we're getting science. You know, we've got a contract complete. That's a flyby. We can close that. Vessel complete. Venus 1. That's coming back. Yeah, we're getting science at least. So that's not a massive killer. Close that. Right. I want to get down to about here now. So we're going to warp to there, which is in about a minute. Yeah. That is a not. Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. Got that. Right. So now we're going to go ready for the firing again. Do a bit of that. It's just changing my orbit again for me, but that's fine. There we go. we're actually pulling ourselves away, aren't we? So we need to think about that. What I want is, I wanna pull us in a bit and do a bit of that as well. So what I want to try and do is actually set us on a path whereby burning is going to be in line with something. So that's not going to work. So just pull that out. What if I pop it the other way, actually? If I do, yeah, that's an idea. That is an idea. We could just do that, get rid of that. Right, let's think about this. If I do this, thank you, add maneuver. If I want to get close again, we do that. Is that on track with me? It is a little bit. That gets me even closer still. We can get really close. We can just keep burning that way, is what we're actually going to end up doing. There we go. And what I really want, and this craft is now rolling in the wrong direction for me for this. Yeah, we're not getting it now. Right. So let's try this. Close that. Bring this in. Add a maneuver. Right. Where's the node for this? Yeah, it's just not going to happen, is it? I think this roll is just too much. I think it's just a bit too much. Yeah. And what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be slowly bringing ourselves out of what we want. We're always competing with ourselves. We're either trying to capture. You see this here? It's just, yeah. So let's have a look. Where are we in relation to our prey, our victor, right? So you can see what we want to do is actually do something like that, and then like that. So our surface velocity, what's our surface velocity? It's only 84. What I wonder is, can I... See, that's speeding up, isn't it? Yeah, so what if I did that, and that, and that, and that? Now we're speeding up again. So it's rotating around. We're actually on a horrible track, actually, aren't we? I don't think we can do this, if I'm honest. That's the wrong way. We want to go this way. We might be able to get this capture if we do that. Maybe. It's difficult though. It's a lot of playing around to try and capture. And I don't know if this is worth it, to be fair, particularly for the series. I don't know if this is worth it. But just in general, I mean, what are we going to get out of this craft? We're going to get some science from Phobos. If we had control, we would actually have the ability to land this thing at Phobos, I'm actually thinking. Because the thruster weight is stunningly good. I mean, compared to what I planned it for, it is a lot better than I expected. But yeah, it's going to be a challenge. The problem is, because we're not burning on our target, we're always throwing ourselves off a bit. Oh, hold on a second. I think we're actually starting to become aligned with... We might actually be we're coming in line with the retrograde. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Right, add maneuver. Capture there. Can I capture you? Oh, hold on, get rid of that. Add maneuver. Come on, just a little tiny bit. That's good. That's good. Right, there we go. 150. I think we can do that. It's just there. It's just there. Yeah, okay, thank you. Another one of those things generating. There we go. There we go. There we go. And go up there as well. Right, come on. Come on. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. Worst capture ever. Worst capture. I should really speed this up. You don't need to see it, but I just... Oh, I'm now entranced by this thing. Right, so I want to go now. Off. Now. Off. Now. Off. Oh. Now. Off. Right, I can see it just there. So we're going to go... Now. Off. Now. Off. Now. Off. now off. We got right. Okay, so we're now well past that. Right, now I need to bring this back in again. This way. And then a bit of that as well. Can we, well, now that might be good. It might be good. That's terrible. That is, I mean, that is how to mess up an orbit as much as possible. Yeah, I think the lack of control is just too much. I think I'm just asking too much for me. What are we going over? We're going over this one. What happens if I just, you know what? What happens if we just do this? If we just put a little bit of that in, what would that do for me? That would put me on that track. Okay. And if I'm then on that track, could I then capture from it? Is the next question that I've got to ask myself. That's the question. Like that, yeah. So if I close that down, where's that? That's nowhere near. We're always rotating away at the wrong angle to it. Right, I think we're going to call that. What are we doing science-wise? How are we looking? So we've got the telemetry analysis done. Visible imaging, we're not going to get done. We're not going to get these other ones done. But we are going to get them when we're in the sphere of influence of Mars. And we've got that flyby done, so we can now do orbit and potentially landing if we send another one of these craft. And I think they would be able to do the landing. In fact, I think there's no debate. These things can land on Phobos. It's not going to be a challenge. It's more like a docking, isn't it? Right, so I think this one we're just going to let fly. Now, where's it going to end up in the system is the question. Okay, that's not a problem. It's going to act as a little relay for us, and I think that's what we're going to have to let it do, because I cannot fight with it anymore. I just cannot fight with it anymore. We've got the fuel, but we don't have the control. Is the end. So I think I'm gonna let that go. It was so close. I think we were about 40 meters per second off, and we were just out of angle, but. Yeah, it's disappointing, but you know what? You can see we're rolling nowhere near the thing now. The axis that we're rolling on is just wrong. The interesting thing for me is that this does have some sort of phantom roll in it somewhere. These engines, I wonder whether it's the inconsistency in the engine thrust, that one of them, because of this variation in thrust and residuals and things like that, or if we've got a weight off centered or something. It just feels very interesting that this roll seems to get more when we apply thrust. It's definitely got a faster roll now, ever so much. Right, we're going to warp that through the sphere of influence and out the other side, and there we go, done. What's this saying? It doesn't meet for spectroscopy. Well, what's the requirements for spectroscopy? Tell me what the requirements are. Minimum eccentricity, 0.10. Oh, we've got an eccentricity of... Well, we've actually got a very non-eccentric orbit, haven't we? That's quite interesting. All right, so we've actually gone into a pretty circular orbit. I could probably fix that if I needed to. How much does that give me? It gives me a bit. Is it worth it? Is the question that we're going to ask ourselves. Oh, we've got all sorts of odd little things going on right now, haven't we? When does this happen? Oh, that's interesting. So just our roll is actually, that can't be right. Just our roll is causing us to lose interaction. There we go, that's right, that's better. So it was just the roll of the craft, it was causing issues. Okay, right. Let's put the data transmission on. We'll get this stuff sent back. What data we got? Got quite a bit. We have, 19 credits to go back. It's not much, but it'll do. We'll get a lot if we'd landed it. This thing will act as a relay of sorts now. We've got the probe here. We're going to switch to that. Actually, just check that out because I don't think that's actually got any use for us. We may end up just turning into signing up as rubble and just leaving it there. I don't think it's got anything of any use for us, though. We will see as it loads up, which it has now done. And so let's have a look. This thing has got, yeah, it's got no communication. It's got nothing. So we're going to just... First of all, I'm going to find where's the control bit. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, there we are. There we are. So I want to rename it. I'm going to rename it to just junk. I'm going to turn it into junk. There we go. Apply that. Right. Back to the Space Center, or we can just let's just jump over to Discovery 10. I think. Yeah, let's just jump to there and Oh no, we'll do. I'll jump away. We'll do the sorting out the Venus Pathfinder 1, and then we'll go to Discovery 10. So I will see you at Discovery 10. Right, I have sorted out Pathfinder Venus 1. It is now rolling back out again. It only took about a day to do that, which I think is not that realistic, actually, changing the whole of the avionics section, but we'll just let that go. We'll let that go. I do think sometimes different parts to change should have different weightings as to the impact on time and things, but I know that's a lot of complexity that we don't really have in the game, so yeah, we'll leave it as it is. Right, we've got an upgrade point. We're going to put that into R&D. We're going to jump over to Discovery 10 in a minute, but I think we're going to just... do I want to spend some... We'll do spending science in the next episode. We don't need to worry about that. We have got the research section uprated, so that's now allowing us to go over the 100 science cap that we're on. So I'm going to join... Well, you can join me at Discovery 10, and we'll see what this Ganymede thing looks like. Right, here we are with the good old Discovery 10. It's got all of its science stuff packed away, I believe, at the moment. I'm just gonna do a check. So Discovery 10, we have... I've got some data that needs to be transmitted. I believe we've turned off... Yeah, we've disabled everything. So what have we got battery-wise? We have a bit of battery. We're using it because, of course, the avionics is on while I am looking at it. So let's have a look. We've got quite a while. We've got 50 days. We've got a few ships that are going to do some building in that time. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to warp to here. That's 50 all the days going right now. This is on its past 4 years. This mission now. That's quite good actually, isn't it? It's been out there for over 4 years, which means its electric charge production from those RTGs is probably not as good as it was. I wonder if can we have a look? It doesn't tell you, I don't think, does it? When we get down to normal speed, does it say anything? It doesn't. Right. Okay. We've got sphere influence change. Oh, hello. That's nice. So when am I coming into your... So is that Ganymede? That must be Ganymede. That's cool. Look at that. That is a nice picture. I like that picture a lot, in fact. All right. So let's have a look. We're literally about to pop in. How long are we in for? 25. So we've got a little bit of time. We've got a little bit of time. I wonder if we can improve that a bit. How close are we going to be to it? First of all, let's focus view. How close are we getting? Is that within the required distance? It's within 50 kilometers. I'd like to get closer, actually. We can do that once we're in the sphere of influence. What's the mission parameters that we're looking for? So we need to be... Oh, we do need to be closer. Right, okay. So we need to get this thing closer. What have we got? Oh, I thought we were closer. I wonder if it's moved. Oh no, that's 40 kilometers. How close do I need to be? Is that 20,000 kilometers? That's what the thing is, right? So what happens if we just put a bit of burn here? What happens if I just did all of the fuel we have remaining? I don't know how much delta V we've got. 75. That's not a lot, is it? That's not enough to capture anywhere. That would do nothing for us. What would it do to our orbit past Jupiter though? There is a bit of me wondering, can I get a death dive going? Can I just pull this craft into it? Are we actually going to leave the sphere? We are going to leave the sphere of influence, aren't we? Oh, what I need to do now that I bet you're all screaming at me. Right, get this going, get it going, get all of that going. Come on, turn it on, get it on, move it, running. Right, the magnetic scan. Are you starting? Are you going? Is that on? Yes, we are running. Right, we have the science running. So we're going to be eating our electricity now, but I think we should be okay. We're in the sphere of influence for probably about 40 to 50 minutes, which is not great. It's not going to get us a huge amount of science, but it's going to get us a chunk. I mean, let's look. We're going to get all of that. We'll get most of the visible imaging. We'll get all of the telemetry. We'll get a little bit of that. We'll get a little bit of that. A very small amount of that. A little bit of cosmic ray science, a little bit of pressure. We'll get all the pressure. So we'll get up maybe 100 if we're lucky, maybe. What have we got so far on this? So we've got 100, we've got 16 so far. So, potentially get up to 116, something like that. Right. Do we want to go closer is the question. How close do we want to get? How close do we want to get to Ganymede? Because we let's be honest. We've got Delta V. We have Delta V. Discovery 10 maneuver node. Yeah, I get that. I've just created it. Stop it. I'm not sure I like that. I'm going to have to remove that from my thing. Right, there we go. Right. What are we doing if I do a little bit of this? Maybe a little bit of this. That's the wrong way. A bit of this way. if I do this, how close can I get? Is it worth me doing it? Is what I'm actually thinking. Do we go for it? Do we just? It's not really affecting anything, is it? I suppose it. Now it will affect this orbit though, I'm guessing. So wow, yeah, that adds a bit of an interesting effect, doesn't it? Interesting. We get very odd thing. I suppose it changes how we're flying out of things. What if we don't do that? What if we do a radial inburn? Radial inburn. Right. So let's have a look. What happens if we do a little bit of a radial inburn to this orbit? It's this one, isn't it? Does it do much? Doesn't do much actually to our final thing. It just shifts it. Okay. So we don't really need to do anything. I think we're going to stick on our course right now, and just fly through. So, you know, we'll put this on. We'll put it on. Hello. There we go. That's what I wanted. We'll do this. We'll put that there, and then we'll just do a little bit of timey-wimey warping. Just do that. So yeah. So as we're flying through space, it looks as though we've actually got the antenna aimed at Ganymede. As we're flying through space, I suppose I should ask myself the question, which is, what's the next step for the space program? Well, we've got the Venus missions launching in about, I want to say 90 days now. So that's in the next 3 months. That's the Venus Pathfinder 1, Pathfinder 2, if they're built in time. But we do need to do that moon landing sort of approach. That'll be probably a mission on its own. And then I don't know about crew. I don't know where I want to go with crew. I know we've done a lot of probes recently. Partly because I have sent probes in the past. I think the British series, we sent a lot of probes out. And I think we got to Jupiter, and we never really got any further. So I would really love to see the probes get somewhere. As for everything else, the humans flight, do I want to aim for Mars with that? Do I want to just go for a moon one and end the series there? I don't know. What would you like to see from the series is the question. You know, there's a lot of space still to go. What do you want me to see me focus on? Again, it is up to you. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave it off today. We're gonna come flying past to Ganymede there. That's beautiful, isn't it? That is just such a cool image. So we're gonna fly past Ganymede. We're gonna gather all of that beautiful science, and I'll probably leave this as the ending of the episode and just let you see the flying past of this, because you know what? I think it's just cool. It is just cool. We're going to be about. Oh, there we are. We've got a bit of an interesting camera spin there. We're going to come. We're not going to touch, are we? We seem very, very close though. Wow, that is very, very close. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. Yeah. And just kissing it away. Wonderful. Oh, I love it. Love it. I love all that data we've got there. That's brilliant. Maybe we should aim to land on something like that. But that's a big mission, landing somewhere like this. I think we'd have to maybe look at, is it Europa? One of the ones that's got somewhat semi-atmospheric. We could do a bit of sort of something with that. And we're back our way now. So there we go. We're heading back off out to space. Can we get a shot of Jupiter? There's the sun there. We've got Jupiter there. Right. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. Comment down below. I would really love to hear your feedback, what you want to see, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, you can see we've got all of the data coming in. We've got lots and lots of data coming in. This thing's going to be just transmitting when I turn the transmitter on, because you know I've got it disabled at the moment primarily because we got the charge. Let's do it. Let's transmit this stuff. Right. And we're going to come out of the sphere of influence very soon. Right. So as we leave the sphere of influence, we're going to get rid of that maneuver. Until next time, please comment down below and have a great one.